A spider will fight a hooker. Interesting. Jalin Turner, the tarantula, how he's called, which is a pretty ugly ass spider, will face Dan Hooker, like Islam likes to call him, in the second fight of the main card this weekend, UFC 290 International Fight Week. And I'll give you my prediction for this fight. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam.
So Dan Hooker is back in the win column. Jalin Turner is actually on a losing streak. He lost a pretty close split decision to Mateusz Gamrot, where he looked really good though. And they face each other now in the Octagon. The fight was scheduled one time before already, a few months ago, but didn't happen because Dan Hooker injured his arm, who was then replaced by Mateusz Gamrot, as I just mentioned, and now the fight is happening. And they're both pretty tall lightweights, but the tarantula is still much taller because Dan Hooker is 6 foot and the tarantula is 6'3". So he's a very tall, long, rangy lightweight. I think he has a longer reach than some heavyweights and stuff. It's crazy. And because of that, he's great with submissions. If you have that long arms, especially Darce chokes and overall chokes, even just triangles and everything, because of the long legs, present themselves pretty nicely. And his record definitely tells you that, because he has a lot of submissions in his record. By the way, also submitted Dan Hooker's teammate Brad Riddell in only 45 seconds. And Dan Hooker is a phenomenal fighter, fought the who's who of the lightweight division kind of. Trains in a phenomenal team down there in City Kickboxing. It's called in Auckland, New Zealand, with Izzy, with Brad Riddell, with Carlos Ulberg, and with Volk sometimes as well. So in a great team. But I feel like Dan Hooker is not the same anymore since he fought Dustin Poirier. If you remember that a few years ago during the Corona time, he fought Dustin Poirier and it was a crazy fight. If you have never watched that fight, please go and watch that fight. And the aftermath was crazy. There's also, you can find it on YouTube, the Thrill and the Agony it's called. These are the kind of fights where a fighter just leaves a piece of himself inside the octagon. And I feel like since there, it's never been the same. And Dan Hooker is not bad on the ground or something, but he's been submitted sometimes before. And I really see Jalin Turner just keeping Dan Hooker at range with his jab, with his front kicks, taking him down. He has great takedowns and submitting Dan Hooker. I believe Jalin Turner is just one step ahead in this fight. He's just faster, he's younger, more dynamic, less miles on the clock, 29 years old. Dan Hooker's 33, if I remember that right. I just believe it's the wrong time for Hooker now to take that fight. And Jalin Turner will submit him in round number 2. Round number 2, submission by Jalin Turner. If I would have to guess submission, I would say that's a choke. 西战底线。
打死脚，非常厉害。
The Darce choke. So this is my official prediction, guys. Write your prediction in the comments. Who do you think will win that fight? The guy from down under, the guy who's a spider? Write it in the comments, guys. Like this video, subscribe to this channel to not miss further predictions this week. And eat your vegetables, eat your fruits, stay healthy, guys, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.